Going into 2010 was turning over a new leaf for the whole team. We had survived 2009. We had the biggest challenges with the transmissions that were such a nightmare. It was time for a new leaf, but because of all the issues and with no time to test, it was a big unknown. I expected the car to be reasonably fast, but I was still very much concerned about the reliability issues.
I mean, a lot of the hard work that we did put in over the winter paid off as far as reliability. We had subtle issues, but we also had a car that we could go pound and go for the win. We did have issues with the starts. Dax and Mark were working on those feverishly. With these cars, we don't have the torque of a Viper or a Corvette or even the Porsche. I mean, we have to build this boost, and we have to break those tires loose. And if they don't break loose, the car doesn't go.
Having one car do good and one do bad is just a horrible thing. You feel guilty for celebrating and you feel guilty for not celebrating.
It's obviously disappointing when you have one DNF, never mind two on the same weekend, but it's not my first prom, it's not my first go-around, so it's not about me, it's about the team, and I think all of us feel that way. It's like, okay, we got to keep the other guys pumped up because Randy's car did well, and that's cool, but everybody that did well was trying to pump up the guys that didn't do so well, and the guys that didn't do so well were trying to stay up. So I think that's what you do as a professional. I think that's what you do when you're in the kind of family environment that this team has. And I think being around racing as long as I have, you have to be fairly strong mentally because things aren't going to always go your way. And this year has been a real challenge. There's no doubt about it.
More often like to say that you make your own luck. So I hate the whole luck excuse, but these things that we're breaking, I guess it's hard to explain it in any other way and maintain any personal ego whatsoever. So it has to be bad luck, you know. The things that we're breaking are very cheap parts on an expensive race car.
All the things that I've ever done in racing, pushing a car off a pit road just rips your heart out. It's the worst thing that happens to you, whether it's a race or even a practice session.
The high point for us was doing some laps on the car and getting some data for setup and handling and things like that, and it gave us more information about how this car was actually behaving. It was at another level.
The goal of the team was to attain the manufacturer's title and to be able to see both drivers contribute to that. I mean, for a long time throughout the year, it didn't feel like Andy was able to contribute to it. We were always running second best. We were lucky to finish a race. But to be able to go into VIR and get the needed points at that clinch time was very gratifying. I believe this is the first time that there's ever been a team that consists of only two cars from one specific manufacturer to take a manufacturer's title. I mean, Cadillac went after it with 3, Porsche goes after it with 6 to 7, Viper's out there with 4 to 5. So to be able to go out there and compete and beat these guys with our 2 primary cars out there running is just amazing.
It wasn't given to us. We fought every single step of the way.